So here are the few of the topics that has been left out from module 4. So let me continue from there. So we just started a preparation of project and enterprise resource planning. So maybe we have covered till here what are the guidelines by planning commission for project report. From here we need to continue and we need to start today enterprise resource planning. What is the meaning and importance of enterprise resource planning, and various other concepts such as functional areas of the marketing, sales, supply chain management with respect to the enterprise resource planning. Okay. So before we go to the enterprise resource planning, to study the meaning and importance, let us review through the guidelines with the planning commission for project report. So before, prior to it, we have gone through various other concepts such as what is project report, what are the contents of the project report. So let me continue. So with these are the things we have gone through. What is project selection, right? So what is the meaning of project selection, on what criteria and what factors, that is internal factors, make us to select the project. Then coming to the project report, what is the theoretically the project report should consist of, the format of the project report. So as you know, I just compared this project report to your technical project report, and need and significance of the project report diagrammatically, what it should consist of. These are all the contents I reviewed last week. What should the project should consist of? Table of contents, executive summary. Then we have a financial plan, and always we should have a conclusion appendix. Along with the conclusion and the future scope of the project has to be reviewed at end. And beginning, it should consist of an abstract, the cover page, a table of content, the acknowledgement, right, and the abstract, the overall overview of the project. Similarly, we've continued formulation of the project report. I'm just repeating it. Those who have not attended the class can just have a recap. Formulation of the project report. The formulation of the project includes the various steps. These are all the uh, uh, factors that helps us in formulation in the project report. Individually, we have discussed it. Then last but topic before enterprise resource planning, planning commission guidelines for project report preparation. Okay, planning commission guidelines for project report preparation. So here is the guidelines: general information, preliminary analysis of alternatives, project description, marketing plan, capital requirement and the cost. So here are the things, general informations. Preliminary project report preparation. How do you do the project report preparation? Project description. All these things we have discussed. Economic analysis. Following what could be the errors in the project. This was the last topic we discussed last class before we have ended the session. So errors in the project with respect to the individual factors such as excessive technological terminology. It is not that only the technical people should understand the project report. Even the people who are general non-technical staff should able to analyze the vocabularies or the words that is being given. Excessive technical terminology also leads to a problem. So if you avoid the potential threats and internal weakness in the sense, so if you have a big project report for an industry, maybe it is having a lot of sewage waste that is being come out of the industry. So you need to tell something about the recycling or recycling of the sewage or the wastage, all those things. Avoiding the mentioning of potential threats. These are all the threats. The wastage are one of the threats. So avoiding something that hurts your weakness or threats. So that should not be a part of the project report. That should be a part of project, and hence I would say not mentioning that into the project report leads to the errors in the project report. So as I said, we have a strengths, weakness, opportunities, and the threats. So always uh, project reports are being written with respect to these SWOT analysis. Is it or not? We would write always this thing with respect to the SWOT analysis. So now before and also few other errors are, so undue optimistic projection. This is I said potential not mentioning the or avoiding the potential threats, excessive technical terminology. So simply implementing or showing off the financial information without knowing its full implication. So let us go to the enterprise resource planning today. So that will try to end this unit at earlier. So what is enterprise resource planning? Enterprise resource planning is a fully integrated business management system that covers the various functions areas of an enterprise. What is enterprise? It could be a logistic. Try to understand what is an enterprise. You cannot compare enterprise with the organization. Enterprise such as logistics, production, finance, accounting, and HR, human resources. So all this comes into the enterprise resource. So it organizes and integrates operation processes and information flow to make optimum use of resources such as man, money, machine, material. These are the 4 M's of a management. So ultimate goal of this enterprise resource planning is such way that, so you should limit the resources. What are the resources? These are all the resources: men, material, men, money, machine, material. These 4 M's has to be limited. So this is what called enterprise resource planning. So resource have to be planned. So this resource has to be planned, right, for an enterprise. So that as a word, enterprise could be an meaning of organization where we have an association which leads to a common objective. But when I say this word together, enterprise resource planning, so it is all about the planning of the resources. What are the resources? Resources are nothing but man, money, machine, material. So as a whole, that helps for organization survival. That helps for the organizational survival, right? So let me continue. So enterprise resource planning, it also delivers a single database that contains all the data for the software modules. So that include manufacturing, supply chain management. What is manufacturing? Ultimately, the manufacturing is nothing but a production. In simple words, I say it might consist of engineering, bill of materials, scheduling capacity, workflow management, quality control, cost management, manufacturing process, manufacturing projects, and the flow of a manufacturing flow. Similarly, we have supply chain management. So supply chain management consists of order to cash, inventory, order entry, purchasing, product configuration, supply chain planning, supply scheduling. So these are all the things of supply chain management. What are financials? So financial consists of relate to the finance sector such as general ledgers, the cash management, the cash management, finance management, account. What are the accounts to be payable? What has been purchased, and for the purchase, what credits have been given, right? So what has been debited in your account? So all this account receivable. So what has to be received? What the credits that has been given to be refunded? So all these things are being discussed in financials. And fixed assets. Fixed assets are nothing but few of the assets that are being invested, such as into a commodities or a shares. So we are discussing further. So what should exactly the enterprise resource planning includes? Similarly, it includes enterprise resource planning includes project management, wherein we discuss about the costing, billing, time and expenses, right? All these things are being discussed. Human resources are the major factors without which it is not so easy to manage an enterprise. So human resource consists of a payroll, recruitment. You know what is human resource recruitment or selection, wherein you give a training to the newly recruited people. So basically the timeline is too important, that is time and attendance, shift of 3. So all these shift has to be recorded. It is a monitoring and giving the benefits. This is the part of a motivation that comes under human resource. Similarly, customer relationship management. So customer relationship management consists of sales and marketing commissions, service, customer contact, and call center support. It might also consist of various other services such as data warehouse, various self-service interface for customer, suppliers, and employees. And other things are access control, such as user privilege as per authority level for the process execution, and customization, that is to meet the extension, addition, change in the process flow. So this discuss all about the access control in enterprise resource planning. So first, meaning and importance of enterprise resource planning, and the what are the function areas of management, okay, in enterprise resource planning. So few of the characteristics also have to be studied in enterprise resource planning. That is flexibility. An enterprise system should be flexible to respond to the changing needs of an enterprise. Modular and open. The meaning of modular open is system have to open system architecture. So visibility should be there. There should be clear clarifications of the hierarchy, right? The flow, the cash flow. So in everywhere there should be transparency. In general words, modularity and openness is the transparency in the system, right? If anything being promoted, so the reason for the promotion has to be noted down. If any sort of cash flow, a new product being purchased, that has to be openly viewed by the all the authorities and the the manpower of the organization. Comprehensive, it should be able to support variety of organizational functions. So enterprise resource planning, one of the characteristics is to support variety of organizational functions. Maybe if the organization functions maybe in the terms of a marketing, right, maybe in the case of finance, maybe it is a human resource, maybe it is a supply chain or operations. So beyond the company, the meaning of a beyond the company is meaning that it should not be confined to the organizational boundaries. It is not mandatory that the product has to be limited or marketing has to be limited within the organizational boundaries. Even it should cross the beyond boundaries, not only in one factor, in several factors. Best business practice, one of the characteristics of enterprise resource planning, it must have a collection of the best business applicable worldwide. Okay, so it is talking about not within the nation, even in the at the international level. uh, the business should be stretched. So it should have a collection of best business process applicable worldwide. So what are the features of ERP? Let us brief up. So it provides multi-platform, multi-facility, multi-mode. It helps in a strategic and business planning activities, right? And also ERP, it covers all the functional areas such as manufacturing, selling, distributions, inventory, accounts, HR, human resource, and purchases. So it performs basic core activities and increase customer service. Also, enterprise resource planning bridges the information gap across the organization. So enterprise resource planning is the solution for better project management. So a few of the other features just is touching out. It provides complete integration of a system not only across the department but also across the companies under the same management. So some of the other features of enterprise resource planning. So ERP eliminates most business problems like material shortage. So this is too important. Productivity enhancement, customer service, cash management. So this is one of the major point that you need to uh, take into the consideration. ERP provides intelligent business tools like decision support systems, executive informations, data mining, and easy working systems to enable the things. So all of you can give the attendance in the chat session. Those who have not given, please all of you just give your attendance in the chat session before I end the session.